Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cover the Spread for Saturday, July 19th, 2025. And hey, if you're new to Cover the Spread, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here joining us here on Saturday's action. Check out three MLB plays here on the diamond with the whistle here and some sports action. We love these dog days of summer play, so let's try to find some winners for you here on Cover the Spread. That's what we do, and as we always do, we'll get to the cappers, see how they're rolling along, and then we'll get to the three plays we got rolling here for Saturday's action. Let's head on over to Ramon to get us started. How are you doing here, Ramon?
Yeah, Rod, real good here on a Saturday, getting ready for this sports weekend. We've already saw those games from Friday, so we're back underway in the second half of the season here in Major League Baseball, and we'll get to some other great sports. But we got some games to knock out here and pick some winners here.
Definitely. We're back into it after Friday's action went on, heading into Saturday. So looking forward to the rest of the weekend slate as we try to knock it out of the park. I don't know where the hell. How are you doing here on the Saturday?
Yeah, just glad to have our baseball back. You know, we got, as we said, Friday back from the All Star break, and now Saturday. So just trying to make the most out of these first matchups, first series we got here coming out of the break. So I think we got some pretty good looks. Let's get into it.
Yep, definitely. Let's get into it. First game we're looking at, we got the Angels taking on the Phillies. This is Ramon's game. He's going to get us started here in this one on Saturday's action. What do you got, Ramon? Angels, Phillies to kick us off.
Yeah, we pick up where we left off. I mean, certainly happy for the Angels to have such a strong finish there in the first half and almost finish 500 there. So nice job. It's still always going to be tough here going into a Phillies uh, team that, battling for first place right now as we go in the second half of the season with the Mets. It feels like it's going to be a great couple of months with those two teams. But hey, this one doesn't, I don't know if it's that easy here for the Phillies anyways. You got Tyler Anderson going against Taiwan Walker. Anderson, a pretty high ERA coming into this one. And we know Walker has inconsistencies for sure. Anderson's had some issues against some of the key Philly bats in the past, like Schwarber, a couple of home runs and just a dozen at bats. Bryce Harper's got some big numbers against Anderson in his career, and so does Schwarber. Kyle Legend, as we saw at the All-Star game with those three home runs and that mini home run derby. So I think Walker's command problems here pretty much is an issue too. He really had these same problems over the last two seasons. I think vulnerable to some of these power hitters as well, like Mike Trout's got a couple of home runs against him. Taylor Ward could spell trouble, d'Arnaud as well. So look, both teams, and not just the Phillies, the Angels can hit the long ball. We know that. We know their problems lie in the pitching. You got a Walker hitting about 360 against this, or giving up a batting average of about 360 to this expected lineup, and Anderson isn't much better against the Phillies. So I'm going to go over here in this one on Saturday with the Angels and the Phillies, early evening game, 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturday.
Head on over to Al. What do you like here in this one, Phillies or Angels here on Saturday?
Yeah, you know, if we can get a decent price on the Phillies, I think you take a -1. But unfortunately, I think we're going to give them a little bit overpriced here. But I agree. I think we see a lot of offense on this one. I'll stick. You could again take a number of props here. RBIs probably won't pay too much on these guys, but you could definitely take a shot on the names Ramon mentioned to hit a home run. It's he said it's really ridiculous numbers they have here. But again, I'll just stick to the Phillies team total over for my play here. I think they'll do most of the heavy lifting for us and get us over the total too. But I'll just stick to the Phillies team total over here to beat up on Anderson as they've done in the past.
And for me here in this one, I don't know if they're going to beat up on Anderson here in this one at all. I like Anderson. He's been rolling along. Team loves Anderson when he's been pitching. They've won 3 of his last 4 starts. Had these Angels when Tyler Anderson's been on the bump. This will be the second start back for Taiwan Walker. He's just trying to catch himself a bag. He's been a reliever, as we see. He's been doing some bullpen numbers, doing some relief work. He got that starter role taken away from him. I think Taijuan Walker works better as a reliever. We've seen it in his first start. He did. He went 4 innings in that first start. Only gave up a couple earned runs. So he didn't look too bad as a starter. So guess what? He earned himself another start here. Is the reason why we're seeing Taijuan Walker here for the Phillies going here in this one. I still think he's better as a reliever. I think this Angel squad, there's something to be said for them out here on the road. They just love playing out on the road. They cover run lines out on the road. They smash. And as I said, they've won 3 of the last 4. At this price, only one way for me to go. Too much value for me to not take a shot with the Halos and the Angels and Tyler Anderson on the pump for me in that one. On to game 2, we got covered here on Saturday for it. Sometimes we don't agree. That's why we've got 3 opinions, 3 different looks on some of these games. Okay, let's head on over to game number 2. We got the Athletics taking on the Guardians here in this one on Saturday. This is Al's game. He's going to get a start here in this one. The Athletics or the Guardians? What do you like?
Yeah, I'm gonna look here at Logan Allen getting the start for the Guardians against Luis Severino. It looks like getting the start for the Athletics here. And again, I just think while the Guardians definitely not having their best season at all, but still slightly better than what the Athletics have done up to this point. I think Logan Allen is the better starter here. And also, the Guardians have beat up on these Athletics in recent history, winning 8 of the last 10 meetings. Now, again, they were playing better baseball last season than they are this season. But, hey, I'll still take that, and I still think they are the better team here. They have the better lineup, better bullpen. And, again, I would take Allen over Severino. So I'm taking the Guardians here. If this money line gets a little too juiced, we'll take a -1. But again, judging by Friday's numbers, we should get a decent line here. I'll take the Guardians at home.
Heading on over to Ramon. What do you like here in this one? The Athletics or the Guardians here on Saturday?
Now, look at Sevy's numbers right now, 5.16 ERA, a 1.38 whip so far for Severino. So, look, he's given up 3 home runs and not a handful of at-bats to Jose Ramirez. Practically every hit's a home run with this guy right now. So, look, Allen's been inconsistent. He's given up 3 runs or more in 5 of his last 6 starts. And the Athletics lineup with, still a pretty high slugging percentage. I know it gets inflated with their numbers at home, but Allen coming in with his 4 ERA here right now. So both teams going over head into the break, and 4 of the last 5 here at Cleveland between these two have gone over as well. And Severino giving up about a 280 average to this expected lineup. And man, he has vulnerability to the long ball. It feels like even more on the road. I know that ballpark is something else at home, but he's kind of giving it up on the road as well. So I got to go over in this one with Oakland and Cleveland here on Saturday night.
I agree. I think we do see some runs between Oakland and the Guardians here in this one. No, the Athletics. They're still in Oakland, kind of wishing they're hanging out. Still looking, waiting for their park to be built, as they say. Still a couple more seasons of the Athletics traveling around, not really having a whole park. But I'm going to say yes, runs first inning, because I think this game pops off with somebody scoring something early, either be Logan giving up something early or our buddy Severino, as Ramon alluded to, giving up a bunch of home runs. In that one, I might even think Guardians win the first inning. I think Severino could deal up a juicy meatball, and I'll take yes, runs first inning here in this matchup on Saturday. All right, let's head on over to the last game we're looking at. We got the Astros taking on the Mariners. Nice little divisional battle going on here for these two squads, and it's been dominant by the Astros. So I'm going to go right back to it. I know everybody's looking. We got Lance McCullers on the bump for the Astros here in this one. And sure, you see what he's been doing. He's got that high inflated ERA rolling along. The team's only got 1 win in his last 4 starts. But you look what Lance McCullers does against Seattle, man, those numbers get real good. And he pitches well. What I've seen is he off of a start where he gets roughed up, where he only goes like 3 innings. The following one, he goes like 6 innings. And guess what? He's had a week off here with the All-Star break. So Lance McCullers should be ready to go. his numbers against Seattle have been pretty good. And you look at Evans on the other side for Seattle. The team's lost his last 2 starts. And I think he can deal it up here. For some reason, it's just that second half of the season, the Astros just continue to find ways to win. And we've seen it year after year after year. It's just, especially in these divisional games, they get up big for these games, and they've done it time after time. I got to go with the Astros here in this one on Saturday, even with Lance McCullers pitching the way he has been. I think he comes in and pitches himself a jam, and the Astros pull away a victory here on Saturday. Head on over to Ramon. What do you like here in this one? Astros or Mariners here in this one on Saturday?
Yeah, Rod, you think about Seattle for the most part, these division games, right? You think good pitching, you think those low scores in Seattle, but, Seattle is 53 and 39 to the over this season. So I know in Houston we've seen, and also in Texas, talk about the whole division, right? A lot of unders, but, McCullers coming in here with a 6.5 ERA right now, pretty much been getting hit since his return to the Astros rotation. Yes, they would like him to stabilize a little bit. It's Houston. You mentioned it, Rod. It's Houston with that lead right now over Seattle, and really they're kind of end up battling here. Texas and the Angels are kind of farther behind now. So 5-game lead coming into the second half for Houston here. But I've got offense here. These two pitchers are combined 13-4 to the overs so far this season. Evans has some decent numbers here, but I don't know if he's a proven commodity necessarily. 3.75 ERA so far this season, but Seattle had gone over in 5 straight coming out of the break. And Houston had gone over in 7 of their previous 10 heading into the All-Star break. So I'm going to take another over here, actually, in a situation maybe where the thought process might be under here in this one. But I've got over with the Astros and Mariners here on Saturday night.
Heading on over to Al. What do you like here in this one? Astros or Mariners here on Saturday night?
Yeah, I'm going to tag along on a lot of what Ramon just said. But, yeah, the one thing that does scare me a little bit is, as you mentioned, Rod, is that McCullers actually has some decent numbers against this lineup. But other than that, I think there's just too much inconsistency out of these 2 starters. And I think one of them here gets rocked at least, and we do get that over. I think one guy that helps us get there will be Randy Arozarena, who's hit McCullers really well. He's 6 hits and 13 at-bats with a homer, 2 RBIs against him. So I'll take Arozarena to get us an RBI.
Nice. Hey, that wraps it up for Saturday's action. As always, hey, let us know what you think of the 3 games we covered in the comments section below. We appreciate everybody that comments here with us on these videos. And as we always do, let's get to a quick little recap before we head on out. First game we looked at, we got the Angels taking on the Phillies. This is Ramon's game. You'll see bring your glove to the ballpark day. Plenty of offense. Take the over there in that matchup. Al's game, we got the Guardians here in this one taking on the Athletics. Al says grab the Guardians here in this one. Al special -1 in this one. And then the next game we looked at, we got the Astros in the divisional battle taking on Seattle. I think the Astros come away with the victory here on Saturday. Grab Houston. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have yourself a wonderful Saturday, everybody. Let's make it a good one and do what we always do. You know what that is? Cover the spread!
Cover the spread!